So what's backtesting all about? Well, to simply put, it's a method to see how your trading strategy would have performed using past market data. So every single trade, every decision in the past is a clue that helps you to understand the strengths and weaknesses of your strategy. It's your chance to get the root of what works and what needs fixing. And the coolest part is that backtesting builds your confidence like nothing else. Now, there's one trading trap that a lot of traders fall into, and I was one of them, and that is called overfitting. If you're wondering what on earth that is, well, imagine a tailor designing a suit that fits you perfectly as if it was made just for you. So it sounds great, right? But here is the catch. This suit is so specific to you that it doesn't fit anyone else. So listen to this part very carefully. The overfitting happens when we tune our trading strategy so tightly to past data that it fits it perfectly. And while it might seem like you have hit the jackpot, remember that well-fitting suit? Well, now your strategy might be so precisely tweaked that it doesn't work well with the new future data. So from my backtesting experience and the overall journey, to avoid this pitfall, it's very vital to backtest your strategy on large sample of data. So this brings me to an essential aspect, which is creating a trading plan. Think of it as your GPS on the trading journey. It outlines what you are trading, when to enter and exit, how much you are willing to risk, and what your desired risk to reward ratio is. You see, here's the fun part about trading. There's no one size fits all kind of a deal. You and I may be trading the same market, but our trading plans would look completely different, and that's absolutely okay. So creating your trading plan doesn't have to be complex or look like a rocket science, because it's all about asking yourself the right questions and being brutally honest with answers. Now I'm going to let you in on a little secret that I wish I knew when I started backtesting, because at that time I was doing completely wrong. So have you ever looked at the charts and thought, man, if I would be entering right there and exiting right there at the peak, I would be swimming in profits? It's very easy to think that way because you already know that the move have happened, because you clearly have the whole picture just right there in the front of you. But when you're live trading, we don't have the luxury. We don't know what's gonna happen next. So it's kind of like predicting the ending of the movie when you just starting to watching the opening scene. So this is where Tradingview's replay feature saves the day. When you click that replay button and set your starting point, the rest of the chart just disappears. It's like you were trading in real time, watching the candles form one by one, completely unaware of what's coming next. Alright, so now that we are all set, let's get our hands dirty and actually do some backtesting. It's pretty straightforward when you break it down, so I will walk you through using my favorite tool, which is Tradingview. Of course, this is not the only platform out there, but it's the one that I have found to be the most intuitive and reliable, but feel free to explore other options. Just make sure that they have high quality data. So let's start by selecting the instrument you are interested in, and for today we will go with the USD Swiss. And oh yeah, that's the VIP trade I sent to my members. It's doing pretty good at the moment, so if you're looking for a supportive community and follow my signals and other member signals along the way, you'll find the link to our group in my description box down below. Now comes the crucial bit, the time frame. Your choice here depends on your trading style. For the nimble scalpers among us, you're likely looking at the 1 minute, 5 minute or 15-minute charts. And as for the swing traders and position traders in the house, you're probably eyeballing the daily, weekly or even monthly charts. So the next step is to mark your territory with the vertical line tool, and here's where I take my first steps. So I use that tool to mark my starting point and finishing points for the backtest. Of course, your starting point could be completely different from mine because our strategies are different, but for me is when my favorite moving averages of 20, 50, 200 and of course 101 crosses each other. So I mark the starting point and the end when the price crosses back up. It really helps to visualize the period I'm testing within. So once you have your indicators on the chart and you mark the zones with the vertical line tool, now is the time to turn back time with that replay feature. So click on that replay button because this tool recreates the chart candle by candle. It's like you're trading in real time minus the hindsight bias. So now it's the time to spot the signals and make your move. And as you move to the chart, keep an eye for your strategy's signals. When they align with your trading conditions and your trading plan, it's your cue to dive in. And to track your moves and jot down the results, use the long or short position tool to mark your trades, and most importantly, keep a record in your trading journal. So the last step is to ladder, rinse, and repeat. And here's the key: it's all about consistency. Keep repeating the process with as much data as you can gather. This will help you ensure the reliability of your backtest results. So let me quickly show you how I would backtest USD CAD using my moving average trading strategy, along with a few examples, so you will have an idea of what's going on. Alright guys, so since I already know that this huge bearish move happened over here, I will not be backtesting this area. So let me quickly find on the daily chart either the bearish or bullish trend, and we're gonna backtest that together. So on the daily chart, as you can see, I marked these two vertical lines. So this is the beginning of my backtest and this is the end of the backtest. Now what I would do next is I would go over to the 4-hour chart, because this is where I enter my trades. Now my entries are mainly based on a closure of a bullish engulfing candlestick when we are trending in an uptrend market. So what I would do next is basically grab a long position, and I always trade with the 80 pips as my stop loss and 160 for my take profit. Alright, so the setup is ready to go according to my trading plan. Bullish engulfing, multiple moving averages are covering the stop loss. What we're gonna do next is play a replay tool on and see how this trade would have turned out. And as you can see, the price made a multiple highs over the time. And as I said, since I'm a swing trader, sometimes the setups can take time to finally hit the final take profit, like it did over here, as you can see. What we're gonna do next, since this is the candlestick, that this is where the take profit was reached, this is the next entry point. Now this would be a very questionable entry, because the moving averages are barely covering my stop loss. So what could be happening if the price pulls back, it will hit my stop loss. Let's see how this trade would have turned out. And as you can see, it's finding some sort of resistance going on. So it's pretty much consolidating at the moment. And as you can see, it would hit my stop loss. And as I said, not every single bullish engulfing closure will be my entry to enter the trade, because if my stop loss is not being covered by one of the moving averages, it's a red flag. So what I will be doing next is waiting for the price action to cross again above all the moving averages, and I will be looking for entry again. So let's go ahead and play a replay tool on and see what's gonna happen next with the trade. As you can see, nice high over here, and it actually hit a take profit. Was a nice rejection over here, but it would have worked. And basically, yeah, you mark those zones, you do the back test, and then you write down all the metrics, the win rate, the stop loss, the hits, and then you kind of have to tweak it to see, if your strategy is profitable or not. So I hope this deep dive into backtesting will help you as much as it helped me in my trading journey, because remember, every trading strategy could be improved, but backtesting tool is the one to do it. But here's the thing, even if you do have a solid grasp of backtesting, it doesn't even mean much when you don't have a winning strategy to apply to it. So if you're finding it hard to pin down a profitable strategy, or the ones you have tried doesn't deliver the results you expected, I think this video over here could be the solution you have been looking for.